Welcome back. I just talked to you guys a few minutes ago. If you watched my last video on the Richest Man from Babylon book review. Real quick, these book reviews aren't anything like in depth or anything. It's just like a quick, maybe a little bit synapse of what the book was about and what they were trying to say. So the book I'm going to talk about right now is by Napoleon Hill. I don't know if you can see that. Think, Grow Rich. This is actually a book that was given to me from a another book that I bought, that one investor book. I did a brief overview on that. It was How to Become a Real Estate Investor, and this is one of the books that was given to me through that book, which is really cool. I honestly couldn't put this book down, and the worst part is where I work is I'm not allowed to bring electronic devices in there, so I couldn't bring it to work with me to read on my spare time. And I only read it when I was doing cardio pretty much, and a little bit on my days off. But the thing is that I was doing a half hour a day in cardio, so I was getting, I mean, I'm not a super fast reader, but I was getting anywhere from around 10 pages in a day, if that. But I couldn't wait to get back to it. And it was really nice to read on cardio because I'd be walking uphill, on 3 miles an hour, and it would go by so fast because I would just be involved with this book. So this is the book that Napoleon Hill did a study on a bunch of people over a long period of time. I know I said that in my other video, but I did get it confused with what I was reading at that moment in time. So this book was it went really in depth on different stories of people through the early 19th century, and more of, not so much, I can't say not how to gain riches, but more the mindset of someone who's going to gain riches, and how it's always, putting that correct positive energy out into the world and not closing doors for yourself, pretty much. Because if you're going around the world burning bridges, relationships with people, or you're not being open-minded, or you're making foolish decisions like actually my last book review with the Richest Man of Babylon spoke about, which also is kind of spoken about in here, how if you're gonna invest your money into jewels, don't go to a sheep farmer who says he's gonna go buy a bunch of jewels and you're gonna make money on them with him. Don't be naive to be like, oh yeah, here, take my money and go. Why would you give your money to someone that they don't know anything about? It's kind of like looking at yourself and being self-aware and getting into your niche in life, which should be using your strengths. Forget about if you're weak at something, hire somebody to do it for you. I'm not going to become my worst subject in school when growing up was always language arts or grammar and writing, pretty much. So I'm not going to become a language arts teacher. I'd be the worst language arts teacher. I mean, yeah, I could study my butt off and figure it all out, but someone that it comes natural to, who's just going to love and enjoy it, that's the person that's going to be the best at it. So let them do it, So it's finding your inner self and figuring out what you're good at, using those strengths for your abilities, and then also keeping the positive mindset and the positive energy around you to employ out into the universe, pretty much, as he says, into the ether, which I highly have felt in my life. I can tell when I walk into a room or when I meet people what kind of energy they're giving off. I know some people make this crazy and stuff, but it's the truth, man. I can feel your negative energy, so I usually try to surround myself with positive people and get the negatives out of my life, because it only holds you back. What was it? I'm trying to think back of what book I was reading, but it was talking about people are more worried about money, you know, money and material things that can be replaced over the one thing that you can't replace, which is time. You know, you're sitting here wasting your time with these negative people, and you can't ever get that back. You know, you'll never have that opportunity to replenish that. That's gone. You know, once that sun sets and once that sun goes down, once that sun sets and comes up, it's the next day, and you're never gonna get that time back. So, just keep it positive, and if you have a dream, go towards it, and don't, you know, it speaks about don't give up. You know, and one of the first stories in the book was about, was it Thomas Edison? Oh boy. Yeah, Thomas Edison, I'm pretty, yeah, you can invent a light bulb, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, so anyway, you know, it took him over 1,000 tries to finally get the correct filament to, you know, get to work. And I can't remember his first name right now, but Barnes, it was his like sidekick pretty much. He worked with him. But this, you know, Barnes came from a farm town in the middle of nowhere, but his desire was burning inside, and it, you know, it drove him to seek out Thomas Edison and you know, to work with him, because that's what he wanted to do. And he showed up at his door one day and was like, look, I want to work with you. And he showed up not taking no for an answer, you know. So he ended up working with the guy. You know, they did great things together, and he sat and did his tinker work and did what he was told until he found the opportunity to show Edison what he could do, you know, and who he could become and how he could help him. So find your, you know, it's just talking about find what you are meant to do so you can become the greatest you can be, you know, and that's what it's all about. That's what I'm trying to do through all these videos. It's just, you be the best you can be, you know, with, you know, I didn't get dealt this deck of cards, you know, like, use your hand to the best of your ability. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to choose your hand when you sit at the poker table, but the best hand doesn't always win, you know. Some people fold and some people don't, and some people bluff, and all of a sudden that dude's winning, but whatever. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up right now, and just thanks for watching my videos. Subscribe if you'd like to, and I'd appreciate it. And I'm just trying to get the word out of positivity and, you know, mind, body, and spirit, man. You got to keep it alive to get what you want in life. So have a great day, everyone, and take care, and I'll see you in the next video. More stuff to come.